that. Sorry we couldn't honor the vets in a better fashion. I think that's 2 years in a row now we've lost on when we celebrated Veterans Day. So, but just certainly appreciate the athletic department's efforts to recognize the vets in a very, I think, appropriate way. So, and the last thing to just I think everybody feels the same way in our community now, University of Iowa community, just our sympathy to the family of Sam Becker, and I've had the pleasure of meeting some really great Iowans during my time. I met Professor Becker back in the 80s through recruiting, and I know he wasn't a native Iowan, but his story is just absolutely fantastic. I believe I'm correct in saying getting here in 1940, and being here ever since, and just what a gentleman, so humble, and just a tremendous person. So that's certainly a big loss for our community, but what a life he had. Now regarding the game, obviously disappointing. Give Purdue credit. They came in and played to win and competed hard enough to win, and it looked like the team that played against Ohio State, Notre Dame earlier in the year. So give them credit. And clearly, we were outcoached and outplayed, and particularly in the first half. So that's disappointing. And really, the only two positives I can share with you right now. I thought our guys fought in the second half, and gave us a chance to win, but we came up short there. But the effort and attitude was certainly there. And then the one positive development on our team right now, I think that we're watching, is our special teams they are playing at a level that can be successful in the Big Ten Conference. And that's kickoff coverage, kick return. Connor did a nice job today playing the football. It was clearly his biggest moments. And Mike Meyer's been doing a good job. So that's the big positive I can share with you. And outside of that, there isn't a lot to bring up today.
You said
Kirk,
you were out-coached. How were you out-coached, and why?
Real simply, they clearly outplayed us in the first half. They were more ready to play emotionally, and more ready to play cleaner, more fundamentally sound. So, you can say it's this, it's that, lunar, moon, whatever, but that's coaching. That's me. Coaching starts with me.
You say the special teams are playing to a level that you like. Why not go for the field goal there instead of going for it on 4th and 3?
Are you talking about at the end of the game?
Yeah, at the very end of the game.
We were out there pretty good, so I felt like that was a better percentage. I guess we could have gone for the field goal. It didn't occur to me at that point, but we could have taken a shot at it.
What was that play? The wind?
When it was in our face, yeah. So going into the game and through the game, we were thinking 30-yard line. But the last play of the game, now if you miss it, they still get the ball right there. So I guess if you make it, it changes the game. Really hadn't thought about it.
On that play, I know you're the one making the decision to go for it, but as far as the actual play call goes, is that something that you allow to be in Greg Davis's hands, or is that something?
Yeah, typically Greg calls the offense, Phil calls the defense. Probably get something to say, I'll say it. But we didn't get it done.
You've got to be disappointed with the running game. Last couple of weeks, it's really seemed to struggle or gain any footing.
Well, you probably noticed. We're not looking quite the same we were a couple of weeks ago. But the guys are working at. They're trying, and I think the defense has something to do with that. Our personnel has something to do with that. But we're just not moving the ball, period, well enough. And today, I think our biggest, you said a lot of things, but I think the biggest thing is the negative yards place. When you go backwards, that affects your third downs a lot. I think we were, whatever it is, 4 for 16. They were 9 of 16, so that's a big factor in the game. But negative yards plays, and some of those were runs. It didn't help us, and we to hang our hat on the run right now, it's probably not going to be what we're going to do. I don't know that we can do that heavy percentage, but we still have to run the ball. To your point, run the ball effectively if we're going to win.
Kirk, you had a first and goal at the 6-yard line. How crucial was it that you couldn't get a touchdown in that situation?
I think if you look at it, we had 5 drives today offensively where we moved the ball, and in a couple of instances, moved the ball the length of the field and did a good job. But I think that if it comes down to anything, certainly and goes back to the first week of the season. We had a hard time down in the red zone. So if you can't come up with a touchdown there, that impacts the game. And then certainly at the end of the game, we got a 4th and 3, I believe it was. Very makeable situation. We couldn't make that. Not that it's a routine play or easy, but so that's the time we drove the ball too. But those 2 drives, not finishing those on a 3-point ball game, we're going to come up big.
Coach, can you talk about when you're on a streak like this, how do you manage the psyche of the team, keep players thinking positively? What What's the
you know,
job
to me,
ahead?
it's really simple. If you want to compete, and if you want to be part of this, and you come back tomorrow really concerned about and interested in what can we do to improve, and that's each and every one of us, coaches, players. And you know, if not, then maybe you need to do something else. But it's it's not like there are any options here right now. Nobody nobody's going to throw us a life raft or anything like that. We need to take care of ourselves and try to do what we can to do better in all areas.
Kirk, Purdue loses all 3 of its fumbles and commits 10 turnovers, or 10 penalties and still wins. You only have 2 penalties and no turnovers. Does that say more about you guys, or does it say more about Purdue?
Well, yeah, the only thing I'll say again is I thought, me personally, I thought we lost the game in the first half, the way we played. And I really didn't spend much time peeking at the stats over the first half, but I just know this, we didn't play well enough to expect to beat them, and they did, to their credit, they did.
Coach, on that 4th and 3, is that a play where you maybe more expect everybody to get past the sticks, so at least the throw is going to get there and get you the first down, where you're not going to worry about breaking a tackle?
Yeah, either that, or you hope the receiver has leverage on the defender where he can get turned up, but it didn't work out that way.
Coach, how would you rate your tackling today?
4. I mean, you hit the game, right? And that was a big part of our problem today. And you can't play good defense if you don't tackle well, and I think that was pretty evident today.
You had 3 defenders that were out most of the game, Gaglione, Morris, and Hitchens. What were the causes there?
Illness and a little bit of an injury, that type of thing. So, that's football, and I'm sure they got guys out too.
Is this your offense? Do you think it's easy to prepare for?
Well, if we don't block better, if we don't throw better, run better routes, and run better, that's the name of the game. It's execution. It's about playing well fundamentally, and that's kind of what I was trying to hint at, particularly in the first. Talking about our first half, we weren't playing well enough. We weren't coached well enough. That's fundamentals, and didn't play hard enough to expect to win.
But do you think, are you laying most of that or all of that on execution?
I've always been a big believer in execution, and I guess my vantage point on that one, Mike, is it's easy when how many yards we had today, it wasn't enough. That really doesn't explain the series where we did drive the ball, and we have driven the ball over the last several weeks, but we haven't done it consistently enough. So part of that's your opponent. You're not just going to go down and knock them down like bowling pins. Part of that's your opponent, but also it's operating at the highest proficiency. Play calling's got something to do with everything, but I think our execution, and I'm going off 13 plus years here, that's typically what it usually comes down to. After games, it's usually what it comes down to on Sundays. When you start going back through your out of season, that's what it comes down to usually is, we didn't execute well enough. And that's kind of how I always looked at this game.
We knew back at the
Purdue
beginning of
came
the
in as a team that couldn't stop the run, but today they stopped.
Yeah, they got some big guys up there, as you know, and
Experience.
they got experienced guys. Both those guys inside. The state of Indiana is well represented. I don't know. In fact, I do know Notre Dame's got good guys inside too. We don't play them, but I've seen them on film. But the 2 teams we've played, we've got very stout, good football players in that defensive tackle slot, and so I'll give them credit. I did give them credit. They played well. And we're not as stout right now as we've been in the past. So there's no, nobody's going to come in and we're not going to need free agent players coming this weekend. We're going to play with the guys we have and try to get better, try to avoid some of those negative yardage plays, and run routes better, catch better, throw it better, and run the ball better too.
We knew this was a young team back at the beginning of the year, and maybe some execution fundamental issues earlier are to be expected. Did you expect it to still be a problem 10 weeks?
Well, I would counter that and just tell you that I thought we played pretty good in our opening game in the Big Ten. I thought we played pretty well the next week too, against a very good football team. So, it's not like this has just been a dog crap team. You want to paint that picture, I'm not buying that. We played good football against Minnesota. We played good football, very good football at Michigan State in tough circumstances. So. And our guys competed in that second half. We were playing to win, and we gave ourselves a chance to win. But you got to play both halves, and that's, to me, in a nutshell, that's it.
Why not get better though after those first 2, the Minnesota, Michigan State? In terms
you are paying attention, right?
Fundamentals and blocking and tackling. You're talking about.
You're not serious, are you?
Football basics, right?
I am, yeah. Are you? You're not serious, are you? Really?
Well, you're pointing back to the first 2 games, but you've lost 4 in a row. It seems like the team is going backwards.
I'll let you.
Is that an incorrect analysis?
I'll let you. Yeah, it is, because we have not moved the ball the way we had So I'll let you connect the dots on that one.
So you're not getting worse, or?
Oh, we've lost how many in a row, so
4.
what would that suggest? What I'm suggesting is we played pretty well against Minnesota and Michigan State. And we haven't played as well. And we've had our chances to win the last couple of weeks, but we weren't there. So, but today, the first half, we didn't give ourselves a chance. I'll sign on that one. I'll sign that one.
Is the fullback on the 4th and 3, Kirk, is the fullback, is that the primary read on that play?
Most plays have a couple reads. There are plays where you just send 2 guys out or 1 guy out and just, like the one where Vandenberg booted out of the end zone. We had 1 eligible receiver on that play, but most plays that we run have at least 3 guys involved. And coverage dictates where the ball goes. So that's usually how the passing game works, whether it be 1 guy out, 2 guys out, 3 or 5. That's just the way it goes.
You haven't been the same really since losing Brandon Scherf. Could one guy, I know you had to move, but
It's not quite as simple as that, I don't think. But yeah, Brandon's a good football player. So anytime you lose a good football player, it impacts the team. But good teams have to find a way to overcome that. So again, if you guys want to connect the dots, we haven't been good enough to overcome some of the injuries or other obstacles, and that's the way it goes. But we're going to go back to work tomorrow and see what we can do to overcome some of those things.
Micah Hyde.
What we could have controlled is today we didn't play good in the first half, so and they did. That's not a good matchup.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.